Good afternoon, everyone. Newly discovered glaciers on Mars. Meteorites showing the ice. Another drip feed. Remember, there was no water on Mars, and they drip-fed new deposits coming out of hillsides. I jumped back into my 1911 volume library to take a look at Mars. Lo and behold, on the left, do I see a glaciated northern hemisphere there? Because heaven forbid talking about electric scarring between planets. Or solar panels having 2.95 billion tons of waste. India alone, $645 trillion expected. Now multiply this by the 200 plus countries. Do you think it's a move to save the planet or a move to make money? And thank you for supporting me over on BitChute as well. Over 10,000 subscribers. Economy, history, grand solar minimum, and your life moving forward. Investors could still see some of the strongest price action in gold this year, according to Wells Fargo, which sees signs of a developing rally. Money managers believe we could see inflation reach new levels that we have not seen since the Jimmy Carter era. For centuries, investors around the globe have turned to gold in times of economic uncertainty. Gold supplies have flipped from excessive to deficient, and such times in the past have sparked some of gold's strongest price rallies, unquote. Patriot Gold Group has the no fee for life IRA, where your IRA or 401k can be in physical gold and silver, and you may be eligible for the no fee for life IRA. So go ahead and give the folks at Patriot Gold Group a call to discuss physical gold and silver. And the knowledge that Patriot Gold Group is Consumer Affairs' top-rated gold IRA dealer 5 years in a row from 2016 until present. Click the link in the description box below for more information. And now on with the video. And for those of you on Adapt 2030, I have a backup channel right over on BitChute, Adapt 2030. And I want to thank everybody over there for pushing above 10,000 subscribers. I also have another backup channel on Brighteon at Adapt 2030. And I will keep the information coming to you on how our world is morphing due to the changes in multi-century cycles of solar activity and food production globally. And when we talk about switch of systems, whether it's cryptocurrency, central bank digital currencies, or solar panels and wind away from fossil, India could have 2.95 billion tons, that's almost 3 billion tons of solar e-waste by 2047. Interesting article. There's a lot of links inside this from PV Magazine that you might want to check out. I've linked everything in the description box. That's a staggering number anyway, almost 3 billion tons of e-waste from the solar industry. But here's where it gets so incredibly interesting. My jaw dropped reading this. Inside all of those solar panels, there'll be locked $645 trillion worth of metals, which about 70% could be recovered. And I thought, $645 trillion? What's in these solar panels that's making them so expensive? Breakdown. Gold would account for 44% of that $645 trillion just for India, just for solar. Gee, I wonder if precious metals are going to start heading up as the rollout globally for these types of alternative energies continues. Do I see silver at 10% there? Yes, I do. That would be 64 trillion. They got galenium, magnesium, iridium, tellurium, etc., and my favorite, molybdenum, tucked away there. Now, with that said, India being one country, let's look at the map. Let's do some multiplication. And we're well into the quadrillions of dollars here. So you really have to ask yourself, the quadrillions of dollars switching hands to usher in a new system of power. Because the old system was not good for 200 years. Suddenly it's switching. I wonder if it's about the debt system has come to an end. The expansion of the old banking system has come to an end. And the new way to rekindle the economic system is switch systems, crypto, solar, into a new way of life. And that would be your mind as well. Because remember growing up, if you were a kid, you were told Mars was a dead planet, no atmosphere, no magnetic field, no water, not even bacteria could survive, into there's glaciers up there now. And they even show you subsurface channels of water/ice/carbon dioxide frozen in place. Odd discoveries. Okay. The images that they also include with this show where a meteorite crashed into the surface and then exposed, whether that be frozen carbon dioxide or actual glacial ice. This was taken in November of 2008, but included in this new article here some 13 years later. But remember the drip feed approximately at the same time, 2005, 2006. Remember, it was still no water, and then they were showing the images before on the left, and then after, suddenly there's breakthrough water deposits that are now visible through hillsides, craters, etc. And then the drip feed, no pun intended, expanded into a gusher where now it was multiple areas across many mountain ranges were oozing water. And once you got one, then you got two, and then every place is oozing water, and water seems more common than not. So I thought to myself, I am going to go to my 1911 volume library and see what they have about Mars. So I like to pick up really old books at estate sales. Things just like this. From the 1850s up into the early 1900s, I have a book collection of just information, images, lithographs, stories, accounts, geography, history, because this is where the old world has been preserved. And lo and behold, in the sun, moons, and planets image gallery there on one of the pages. Number 3, bottom left, that is Mars. Now Jupiter, clear with the moon in front. 1911, so those of you who like to look at Jupiter, you can match this image right up here. 1911. What do I see on Mars, though? And I thought, Jesus, what is that at the top there? What is that white spot there? Oh, that's a glacier. Now, wait a second. We were told it was a dead planet, no water, nothing. And then back in 1911, they had these images showing ice on the poles. Yeah, disconnect there. And heaven forbid he talk about electrical scarring between planets that would have rifted our Grand Canyon and also Mars itself. Electrical scarring on a planetary level. They want to try to tell you these are water channels, but those are electric in nature, absolutely. So how far does it go between the conversation of known information, unknown, not willing to discuss, things changing on the minute, and then, the face and the city have been contentious since the first passes in the 1970s, sending these images back here. Cydonia, the pyramids, the face, etc. So images have been coming clearer and clearer. So I'm just going to toss it in. It's in the same vein. Could that be a pyramid to the top? Not sure, but now since imagers have been going directly over this area, and think about millions of years of time versus 10,000 or so, which what we see with the pyramids. 4,500 according to the experts. You're going well back in time for some of these pyramids, especially the Sphinx, probably 21,000 years or so. But how much erosion would that be? Mind experiment. Would that be on the right if this was the pyramid, just like we see in Egypt? How many millions or hundreds of thousands of years would that have taken to create that level of erosion? Look at it again. Mind experiment. Do you think this is a natural feature, creating four sides that are very symmetrical? How about a three-sided pyramid? Is it a pyramid or is it a natural feature that's eroded in this pattern? I don't have the answer. I'm just bringing you the information. But knowing one thing for sure, nature does not provide square lines. These images are quite interesting. Hard to explain a few of these things, but with so much hidden history and so much hidden information and narrative gatekeepers everywhere, you might want to ask yourself right now, why about the UFO's disclosures coming out? What are they about to shatter our reality with? New information is the vibration of stability changing, not only in economic system, food production, energy production, supply chains. Now there's UFOs, possibly aliens, water on Mars. but they need to drag everybody from the old system into the new world. Interesting how that's being done right now. But whatever you think, during this transition, food is going to be a major contentious issue. You might want to think about having some storable foods around. 2-week, 4-week, 1-month, 6-month emergency food supplies. My Patriot Supply, Adapt 2030. That link's in the description box below. You can check out other items that My Patriot Supply has to get yourself ready for storing foods for a long term. And remember, all the images and stories, those links are in the description box below as well, in case you want to jump down that rabbit hole with no parachute. I do thank you for watching. Hope you got something out of the video, and I'll see you next time.